Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday night, June 14th, excuse me, and time for another Facebook Live. So this week I actually do get to be with you live. Last week I had to do a pre-recorded. I had planned to go to, excuse me, technique class from my friend, and then was feeling worse with my cold, so I ended up just staying home. So I was glad I had pre-recorded. We are going to play with the Beauty of the Deep tonight. And while y'all are finding me, I'm going to get this shared over to my group in case somebody is looking for it there. So it'll take me just a minute to do that. This is a really beautiful stamp set and bundle. And this card I copied from Amy Condors, I think is how you say her name. Pretty close to it. The paper I used might have been a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same as what she did. And I just loved it. I just thought it was really pretty, so I wanted to do it. We're going to use some different embellishments on tonight's card because I wasn't thrilled. Those are, I think, Old Olive, which is one of the colors I used, but I wasn't as thrilled with them. So we're going to use something else tonight, and then you can tell me which one you like better. All right. Almost there. So every Wednesday, pretty much, I come to you usually live, and we make a card together. After the end of this, then I'll put my blog out there, and it will have the dimensions for the card we made. And then the next week, I'll draw from everybody that comments on this video here on Facebook. I'll draw, and somebody will win the card. So last week, the one I did on the video was this one with the inked and tiled bundle. And so at the end, I will tell you who won that card. All right, we're about there. So I'm feeling much better, but I still have a little bit of a cough. So I have my water close by. All right, there we go. Let's get started. We're going to start with stamping these little pieces that we're going to die cut. Now, I already stamped and die cut 2 of these fish and 1 of these, just so you wouldn't have to watch me stamp and die cut that many. But we will do the other fish. And I'm using Memento with him. And we'll color him with our blends. Excuse me. All right, and then we need another little fish. And this is Pretty Peacock. So we'll just put him down here. We'll need that color again, but I'm going to put it away for the moment until we're ready. And then the last thing that we're going to die cut is the anchor. And so I'm using copper clay. And this is a new pad, so it's pretty juicy. So I'm going to try and... I probably need to scrape some of that ink off. There we go. All right, again, we'll need that again, but we'll put it away for the moment. And I'm going to set this aside, and we will die cut those in just a little bit because we have more die cutting to do. All right, so I have a piece of, this is the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. That's one of the online exclusives. And this is what we're going to use for our background. Hey, Betty. So let's start with these big seaweeds that I put on the side. And this is Lost Lagoon. let's put one on this side and one on this side. And then I'm going to stamp off and put a couple in the middle. Okay. And then while we have the Lost Lagoon out, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So the sentiment, I didn't even show you the set I'm using, did I? That might be nice. This is the stamp set. Hey, Patience. Beauty of the Deep. And then the dies that go with it. So there's a bunch that cut out all of the stamp images, and then there's some little extra ones that you can just add as filler, which I didn't use any of those tonight. But and then the sentiment is from the layering leaves, because the Beauty of the Deep doesn't have any sentiment with it. So it says, so happy to celebrate you. So this could be for a birthday, an anniversary, graduation, although we're past that pretty much now. Just anything. All right, now I believe we're done with the Lost Lagoon. And then I added back to our pretty peacock. Let's get this back here. Just some of these little fronds. And let's do one here. Maybe one here. Just wherever you want. All right. I think that's all of the pretty peacock. Oh no, it looks like I did do some stamped off right along the bottom again. I think I just did one. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exactly like I did the first time. All right. Now we'll use Old Olive and this coral image. And we're just kind of filling in down here. And then I decided I wanted to have something in here also, but I wanted it to be very subtle and not take away from the fish. So I got my soft sea foam, which is a very light green, and this big lacy coral image. And I just did some here in the background. Let's do one more over here. All right. Oh, one more thing to stamp. And that is a little bit more copper clay. The background paper is that Hello Irresistible. Isn't that fun? It looks very oceany. So there's a little sea urchin. And to bring in some of that copper clay from the anchor, I just put a few little sea urchins down here. There. Now we're done with the stamping. And we're ready to die cut. So let me grab, I forgot to grab my deckled rectangles. So I love this set. It's just a bunch of different sizes of rectangles, but they have, if you can see it, this kind of deckled or jagged edge around it. So all we're going to do is cut that out of the middle of there. And I don't remember if this can go through here. It might be too big. Yep, I have to get my big one. One moment. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. That will make it a little bit easier. And let me, yay! Whoops. Trying to do it one-handed. I'm just moving you up a little bit because otherwise you're sitting right on top of the die cut machine. Okay. There we go. Now, when you have a rectangle like this, it's a good idea to put it through the die cut machine at an angle, and then it kind of goes over the corner first, and that just makes it a little bit easier on your dies. So just center that on that paper, run it through. And then when you're done, you have this. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment because we need to do our other die cutting. I gotta find where this goes though, so I don't lose it. Here it goes. I'm gonna put that back on there so I don't lose it. All right. We have this guy that we're ready to die cut all those pieces. So we have a little fish. See if I can get these all at once. An anchor without them moving. And our angelfish or whatever he's called. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but at the top there's a hole. So you get the bottom lined up and then you kind of move it so that you see the black through that hole. Okay. Then carefully lay your top plate on, and then I kind of hold it. There we go. And then carefully take off all your plates, and let's put these dies back where they belong so I don't lose them. All right. Now we can get that out of the way. Grab all our little dies. And we can move this out of the way. Okay. Now we're ready to put everything together. I'll move you back down so you can see a little bit better. Okay. Oh, we need to color first. Just a little bit. So our little angelfish, or whatever they're called, I colored one dark daffodil delight and one light daffodil delight. So we'll do the same thing here. And they're very easy. I just kind of colored all over the black and everything. So there's the dark. And the light. I couldn't decide which one I liked better. At first I thought I liked the dark, then I thought I liked the light. So we'll just do one of each like I did before. All right, now we're ready to put everything together. Other side. So we have this piece that we die cut, and all we're going to do is mat that on a piece of Lost Lagoon. And I needed some of these for class Monday night. So I decided while I was doing this, I might as well cut some of those out of the middle of this. The only thing is you have to be sure then you keep your adhesive around the outside, or you'll be gluing your paper to your grid paper. All right, so just center this on here. Once we get this put together, nobody will know that we die cut out of the middle of it. All right, I'm I'm going to put this on my card. For some reason, it's easier for me if I do this first. Just put this on my card and then lay the other over it. So this is soft seafoam. I think I mentioned that on my blog after this, there would be dimensions of everything that I used. So just center this on your card base. Like that. And then I can't remember. Yeah. So before I put this on my card, I started just building everything on it. So just start laying out. Actually, I think what I did, if I remember right, what I did is I kind of laid it on there. So you can see when you do this, once you get it laid on there correctly, then you can kind of see where things continue on, but you just have this neat little frame around them. So I wanted that about like that. So then I started just putting little fishies on. And it's okay for them to hang off the edge of this. So one little fishy there. Another one here. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down so I know where it's going to be. My third little pretty peacock fish is going to go up here. Let's have him going off a little bit too. And so my anchor is going to be at the top. I don't want to put anything down on this side and on this side. And then our last fish, our little angel fish, or whatever they're called. I call them angel fish. I'm not sure what they are. Our dark, whoops, and our light daffodil delight. And that was easier for me. And then you just pick up this whole thing and put dimensionals on it. That just was easier for me to do it that way. You could put this on with dimensionals first and glue everything on. It doesn't really matter. That was just the way I did it. All right. Whoops. Let's put it right side up. And then just kind of line up your stamping. You can kind of see it continue on. And press it down. Isn't that fun? And then I was going to show you the embellishments I used. These were the embellishments I used. They are ombre matte decorative dots, and so these are the old olive ones. But I wasn't a real fan of them once I got them on there. They're okay, they're not bad, but I wanted to try something different this time. So this time I grabbed these are called flat adhesive back pearls. So we're going to try those. We're going to stick with the small ones just so they don't take up too much space. But whoops. We'll put one down here on our sentiment. So I'll put them kind of in the same place as I did the others. And one up here. So it's a good idea to do your embellishments in a triangle, somewhat triangular shape, and then an odd number. All right, so then you'll have to tell me if you like the pearls or the old olive dots. I don't know. I kind of like the pearls. They're both fine. Either one is fine. All right. That is our card for tonight. Thank you, Betty. Yes, I know. I knew you would love this ocean set. Betty loves the beach. And in case you weren't here when I first started, this is one that I copied from Amy Conders, I think is how you say her name. Pretty much copied exactly what she did because I just liked it so much. It was so fun with all the fish and stuff. All right, let me find. Here we go. So this is the card we made. Yes, ombre. This is the card that we made last week, and the winner of this is Debbie. So I will get that to her. All right, that is it for tonight. I will be back next week with something else. I don't know what it'll be yet, but it'll be something fun. And I will see you then. Bye.